What is going on? We welcome back to the Rhody Wrestling Recap Podcast. This is episode 11 now, and we're gonna do the same old thing. We're talking Smackdown, we're talking Raw. We're switching it up a little bit. The way we're kind of going about today's episode, just to see how it works. Let's just dive right into it, I guess. So, obviously, we had Smackdown from March 22nd. Show starts with a couple of video packages. Let's see. They every show they show Lincoln Financial Field all lit up. They're like, oh, the home of WrestleMania XL or whatever.
The
And then they
WrestleMania
showed Cody
been
Rhodes
going to.
Those are expensive tickets.
I
Those
should
are
have bought
some
them.
expensive.
Right when they went on sale,
be,
I should have bought them.
though it's gonna be one lit WrestleMania for sure. But they show Cody Rhodes entering the arena because we had the face-off between Roman and Cody, and I'm just gonna say we all knew they weren't alone.
Mid.
We all knew.
That segment was so mid.
Kinda.
Dude, Cody Rhodes is so fucking boring.
That was a little. It was a little mid. I won't lie. And then they show Damage Control coming in, and then talking about how Io Sky was facing off against Naomi later on in the night. And we get right into it. We see Rey Mysterio making his entrance because he was fighting Santos Escobar.
Oh my god. The ending to this match was fucking crazy.
Do I not remember the ending? Oh, yeah.
We're getting it. I'm calling it right
So,
now.
it looks like we're finally...
that match.
We're definitely seeing some build-up for Rey or the LWO or whatever we're getting at WrestleMania, because it seemed like we had this storyline building.
Yeah.
And we weren't getting anything for WrestleMania itself.
For sure.
We weren't getting any build-up for the LWO or any of them, or Legado del Fantasma. But I guess now you see Dom interfering at the end of the match to cost Rey his match. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting.
For sure.
Does this mean we're getting Dom and Rey too? Are we going to see some faction? Are we going to see some factions splitting up and realigning?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, there's been all this Andrade and Dom talk, and I mean, obviously last night we saw them talking in the back during what did we see them during?
Raw.
I know, but I forget what was going on. I know it was Raw, but they were seen talking in the back. Damian Priest obviously isn't a fan. I don't think Finn and JD are big fans of Andrade, but we're seeing the alignment of Andrade and Dom, and it's like,
yep.
Now with Dom maybe aligning with Santos, are we going to see like something like Santos, Dom, and Andrade? I don't think so. I think that's like too many big names in one. Whereas like, I think that's why Judgment Day works, is because nobody gives a shit about JD McDonough. No one really gives a shit about Damian Priest.
For sure.
But then you've got Dom and Rhea and Finn.
I would say if there were 3 LWO members with masks, they could do hair versus mask, 6-man tag. Whoever
and the
loses.
only one is Rey.
Yeah.
Although I could see Dragon Lee at some point winding up his way into LWO.
For sure.
But I mean, after that, the rest of them still don't. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting to finally see some build up for WrestleMania. At least that I'm assuming is a build up for Mania.
I'm hoping we get Dom Rey too, because the first match was really, really good.
Yeah, they did put on a pretty good show there for sure. They're both pretty talented. I mean, Dom's been around it his whole life. Rey's been doing it forever. The only thing I don't really like about Dom, and it's more his character, or not even his character, but like they never really capitalized on making Dom his own person, because they played this role of, oh, Ray's a deadbeat dad, but Dom just uses Ray's moveset anyway.
Yeah.
Like he uses the 619, he uses the splash. Like you failed to separate the two.
Yeah.
Like, if he's that much of a deadbeat, he wouldn't be using his father's moves.
True.
So I think WWE kind of failed there. They should have really done something. I'm interested to see what's going to happen, though, because I really, really don't see the Judgment Day lasting much longer. I really don't. And I mean, we've
Well,
seen a hint.
I don't
What was that?
believe they're walking out of WrestleMania as tag champions.
Oh, they're not. 100%.
I think Rhea Ripley is going to get heated and leave because she's the only one with gold. And that's going to cause
I think it just
all of them to turn on each other and cause an implosion.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it from the beginning. I don't think this Judgment Day character works for Finn Balor.
No.
I think every time we hear him talk and see him try to be this fake, like, emo bad boy, it doesn't work.
What a gun, girl. Like, let me not get copyright struck.
Like, he whenever you hear him talk, it's like he's trying too hard.
Yeah, for sure. He's kind of annoying.
For me, it doesn't work. I love Finn Balor. I loved the whole demon gimmick he used to have. I know he doesn't want to. I don't think he wants to use that anymore. I know like the demon like retired, or he like retired the demon or whatever. Which I think was dumb. I think that's something he should have kept in his back pocket.
For sure.
But I get it if he kind of wants to move away from that and just do his own thing. But I think Finn is a better face than heel, and I think I know you've said that time and time again.
For sure, 100%.
But yeah, anyway, for this Rey Santos match, Santos obviously did win off the distraction of Dirty Dominic Mysterio, which something WWE needs to move away from is these stupid fucking nicknames.
Big Bronson
I'm so
Reed.
tired of Dirty Dominic Mysterio, Seth freaking Rollins. I'm so tired of it.
Big Bronson Reed.
Big Bronson Reed. And then the fucking meat comments from Pat McAfee, bro. They get me every time. But these stupid little just injectable nicknames. Like, bro, just call him Dominic Mysterio, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed. Like, stop. But, yeah. Cool to see them finally getting that build up for WrestleMania. Interested to kind of see what the rest of the plan is for Phantasma and LWO, because I don't think either one of them are in a ladder match.
Nope.
Are they? No, I was gonna say I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that more coming up, because I've got some thoughts, and I think you know what my thought is.
Do you have some thoughts?
I do, and we'll talk about
for Smackdown.
Then we can. Well, for WrestleMania.
Damn.
For the ladder match.
I'm just praying something happens for SmackDown. I can't believe I spent that much fucking money to see The Rock, and he's not gonna be there.
Dude, when he popped up last night, I not lost my shit because I was at work, but I'm standing there. I was up front at the register just chilling, watching Raw, and his music hits. I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Kids watching Raw on the job.
Dude, there's that time of night on a Monday night, there is nothing fucking going on. But anyway, so then we get a backstage segment. Bayley and Naomi. Bayley going up to Naomi, doing her full split with her wacky fucking, like, I don't know what the hell she was doing with her hair and outfit. It looked like it was like the Survivor Series in Detroit themed colors and all that.
You mean SummerSlam?
What did I say?
Survivor Series.
Oh, did I? Yeah, I meant SummerSlam Survivor Series. Same shit.
Not even close.
All right. Well, I tried. All right. Yeah. So Bayley goes up to Naomi, thanking her for coming out and trying to help the week prior, even though she got her ass kicked too, because she was getting jumped by Damage Control again. And then this is when Bianca comes up again, and not really sorry because what Bayley's done in the past. It's like, oh, you're just sorry because everything that's in your past is catching up to you, and you don't want to pay the consequence or pay the price for your actions or whatever, and it's what she deserves. And then they start to argue, and that was kind of it.
I think we're getting Damage Control versus Naomi, Io Sky, or Naomi, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill at WrestleMania.
What?
Huh?
Oh, okay. That's one thing
because they keep running into each other backstage every week.
That's very true.
And it's kind of leading to something there for WrestleMania. But
yeah, that's true.
I don't know if it's actually going to happen. I'm just predicting that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like every time you see Damage Control backstage, there's Jade Cargill just chilling.
For sure.
Or at least it's happened a couple of times where it's like, okay, once is like, yes, a second time it's like, okay, this might be something. Keeps happening. You're like, all right, something.
Yeah, for sure.
WWE, like, they're predictable, but I feel like there are times where they do mask things, and it's like, yeah, that was fucking nothing. Good job, guys. You just speculated on nothing.
Yep.
But you have to do that, or they become too predictable. It's like, okay, well, they hinted at this, so this is happening. So I appreciate the sometimes things just being nothing but poof, like smoke.
Yep. We are also getting 4 added matches to WrestleMania, apparently.
Oh, they need to start filling them. I mean, they've only got a handful of matches so far.
They have 10.
They want to do 7 matches on each night.
They have 10 matches.
Wow, yeah, you're right.
They only need 4 more matches.
Yeah.
So,
guess we'll see. Yeah. So then we get Austin Theory and Grayson Waller versus the OC for a tag team championship qualifying match. And
predictable as fuck.
Guess I can kind of start to speak on my thoughts here. So
speak on your thoughts. Come on. Let's hear what you gotta say.
So obviously, Theory and Waller win that match, but for some reason, I was thinking you just win these matches, you end up in the thing. So I was thinking, all right, they win, then they get a spot, and then the winner of the, I forget what the other ones were, end up going to WrestleMania. But they have to face, forget who it was, but we have 2 teams facing off for a spot, but there's still 2 spots left, and they haven't announced anything. So I think we're going to have an empty spot going into WrestleMania.
I don't think so.
No?
I think that there's 2 matches on this Friday.
Oh, are there? I didn't see the card for Friday.
New Catch Republic versus someone else, and then Austin and Theory versus... Right. Who was it? Street Profits? What?
I don't remember. No, because they're... Alright, so... I don't remember. I don't know.
He's lost.
Because there were 4 teams into 2 brackets. The 2 winners are facing off for a spot.
For one spot?
Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking. I thought just the 2 winners were going into the match. But no, those 2 teams have to face now for a spot. Still leaving a spot for a tag team. Whereas I thought at first it was just the winners, but then they were like, no, now these 2 teams have to face off. I was like, oh, what the hell?
I'm pretty sure there's 2 matches, but I'm not sure.
I could be wrong. I'm sure I missed something. Yeah, so they show Theory and Waller coming out, and then there was another backstage segment. Naomi and Bianca walking by Cody Rhodes, signing autographs. You know, because God forbid you don't have Cody Rhodes on TV. Naomi's talking to Belair, you know, saying that your feelings are valid. Naomi's got her back, but at the same time, you know, Naomi and Bayley are friends. So, but they've all got to kind of stick together because it seems like you said, there's this beef brewing between them and Damage Control.
Yeah.
So while Bayley's taking care of Io Sky, you know, you're gonna have Bianca, Naomi. Obviously, there's 3 other members. Jade could be a cool little interjection there.
For sure. I do hope Jade has a match at WrestleMania.
They have to do something with her, dude. They have to.
Well, with her signing to Smackdown and her debuting this Friday, I'm assuming they're going to start planting seeds for a story.
You've got to do something
with
her.
They've already started planting seeds with Damage Control.
Yeah.
See, I believe that's the match they're going to do.
Yeah. Because, well, that's kind of what I was saying. I'm like, you have Naomi and Bianca and versus Damage Control. It's a 3-on-2. You need someone. Yeah. And we've seen, obviously, during the Rumble, we saw a little face-to-face with Bianca and Cargill. So, you know, obviously we haven't seen much else of Cargill because she's only been in the Rumble. But when we do see her, she is also running into Damage Control. So.
Yeah. I don't understand why they haven't used her. Is it because she doesn't want to be used, or
I don't know.
Is it because they just don't have a story for her?
I don't know. I do not know.
I'm just very confused as to why she hasn't had a single match.
That's what I'm saying. Like they need to do something with her because
her steam is kind of falling off, in my opinion.
It's like you brought her over to WWE in this massive signing. It was massive news, and then you had her in the Royal Rumble, and she didn't. I mean, yeah, she was in the Final 4, but she didn't win. So it's like now we haven't seen her since. But there's all this hype to her, and it's like, well, for what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, so then we actually get the Austin Theory and Grayson Waller match. Austin Theory and Grayson Waller win. Now, are they... I don't think they go to WrestleMania, right?
No, they face the Street Profits. They have to face
off. Yeah, so...
Because the Street Profits beat... Who was it? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either. But, so, they have to fight for a spot with 2 spots remaining. So, I don't know. Unless I'm totally forgetting there's matches or something.
I think you're forgetting.
I probably am, and it'll probably pop up as we go along. But, I guess we'll see. Then we get a Braun Breaker hype video, which that was kind of fire.
Braun Breaker hasn't done much for me. I loved him in NXT, but they're not really using him much on the main roster, which is what they usually do to NXT talent. So I'm not surprised.
I mean they haven't managed to do much.
But yeah, with Tiffany Stratton, they give her all these matches. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so far in the ladder match, we have Awesome Truth, The New Day, DIY, and obviously Judgment Day.
And then it's going to be Austin Street Profits, probably. And New Catch Republic.
Yeah, probably. I haven't thought of that because they still have to. I mean, there's still multiple tag teams that that will probably get a shot. Yeah. So then they just, let's see. So the Braun Breaker hype video, they show Damage Control walking backstage. They go to commercial. They come back talking about the whole WWE World thing that's going on, like the couple of days prior, and all the wrestlers that are going to be there.
Dude, that thing looks sick.
It's going to be kind of cool that Pat McAfee is going to be filming like his show there.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
The day before or whatever. That's kind of cool. And he'll have, I think, Triple H and Cody Rhodes on.
Yep.
So then we get the Naomi versus Io Sky match. Because, I think Naomi had called her out the week prior. So Naomi comes out. Io Sky's music hits. She doesn't come out. Camera goes backstage to her attacking Bayley and then coming out. Don't really know what the point of that was. And I'm surprised we didn't see like anything from like Nick Aldis, like, because I feel like every time you see something like that, Nick Aldis is right there like yelling at them, or
he's like, injured. Give the man a break.
He's fine. Yeah, we get that match. Io Sky ends up winning. Damage Control kind of causing a distraction, getting Io Sky to win. Ooh, I just popped my finger.
I still want to know how he injured himself.
I don't know. I saw a tweet saying, "Oh, he like tore his bicep or whatever the hell he did." I was like, okay. Just randomly scrolling Twitter. Oh yeah, Nick Aldis had surgery. Huh? So yeah, Io Sky wins that. I feel like, I guess it wouldn't have made sense if she lost to Naomi, because you don't want the women's champion going into WrestleMania on a loss.
For sure.
So obviously she's gonna win that.
I mean, she's not winning at WrestleMania, but she's not winning
Io.
at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Sorry, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I was thinking you were talking about Naomi.
No shot winning at WrestleMania.
No.
There's no way.
Oh, no way.
There's no way they build Bayley this much just to have her lose.
Just to have, no.
I mean, they did it to Cody last year, so.
Yeah, true. And they're doing it again this year.
Oof.
And especially after what was said on Raw, there's no doubt in my mind Cody's losing at Mania.
I don't know.
I know.
I don't know.
After what Punk said, I have all the doubt in my mind has gone.
Yo, that feud is gonna be fucking crazy. CM
you don't
Punk
call
and
him out
Roman Reigns.
If he's not gonna be champion.
CM Punk and Roman. Dude,
the especially with how well developed that Roman Reigns is on the mic, dude, those two are gonna go fucking bonkers.
That feud is gonna go fucking crazy.
But anyway, after the match, Damage Control, doing their thing, go to attack Bayley in a 4-on-1, or Naomi in a 4-on-1. Out comes Bianca Belair. She actually starts kicking their ass. But then Dakota Kai hits her with a little chop block from behind, and that was that. Then there was speaking of Jade Cargill, it was a Jade Cargill.
Why you don't like Damage Control now?
They're fucking annoying, dude.
They are pretty fucking annoying.
Dude, they're so dumb, and like.
But all of them are hot, except for Asuka. All of them are hot, though.
I don't know. I don't see it. But I've also told you time and time again that they're like, it's so hard for me to take them serious watching them fight because they just be like screaming and fucking flailing like. It's like, shut the fuck up and fight.
Jade Cargill, you were saying?
Yeah, so there was a Jade Cargill video package that she's coming to, showing that she's going to be on Smackdown next Friday. The show you are going to, so there you go. A little bit of hype for that.
Yes, sir. Yo, when they showed that, I was like, oh!
So then they showed, right after that, they were like, oh, we'll find out LA Knight's status after yesterday's confrontation with AJ Styles. And they showed LA Knight being dragged away in cuffs. I was like, what the fuck happened?
That was cringe.
I thought there was something that, like, WWE posted that I missed or whatever, because obviously they said yesterday, so I'm like, what the hell did I... But they ended up showing it on SmackDown. I don't know why you thought that was cringe. I liked it.
It was the fakest fucking shit ever.
Then again, we don't have to like the same things because
that was so fake.
Again, we don't. What do you mean?
That was the fakest shit I've ever seen.
Obviously, LA Knight's not actually getting fucking arrested. No shit. You think Triple H also got arrested when he invaded Randy Orton's house?
No, but that was more believable.
I thought it was pretty fucking cool. I thought it was just cool to kind of see that, not home invasion because he didn't go into the house, but just to see that, like, at his house angle type thing. I thought that was cool. But then they show the Bray Wyatt documentary trailer, which I can't wait for. That's coming up soon. That's less than a week away now. And then I love how as soon as they show that, they go back to the arena, pitch black, but everyone's got the fireflies out.
I can't wait to do that.
I get chills every time I see that.
I can't wait to do that.
Dude, that's gonna be sick. I'll admit I wish I was gonna be there, but I'm too poor for that. I don't have the money to be doing that.
Yeah, they were a little ridiculously priced. I will say that.
Dude, you paid like $700, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were not. I was not giving you fucking like $300 for a ticket. I'm good.
I only paid that much because I thought The Rock would be there. That's
he probably will be.
Nobody
thought he was gonna be on Raw.
That's the only fucking reason I bought those tickets was to see The Rock. The only reason.
You act like he's not going to be there. You know
he's not going to be there. He won't be there.
Was he advertised for Raw?
I guarantee you he won't be there. I'll bet on it.
Was he advertised?
I'll bet on it.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm just saying. He wasn't advertised for Raw, and he still showed up, and he kicked Cody's ass, and I loved every second of it.
Same.
So, yeah. Back to Raw, SmackDown.
Put those ones
backstage. Out. Yes, sir. There's another backstage a lot of backstage segments lately on the shows.
Yeah.
I mean, they love their backstage segments. Bianca Belair is backstage helping Naomi wash her eyes out from the poison mist. Poison.
Yo, did you see Naomi bouncing, bro? That was fucking crazy.
Bouncing?
You didn't see that? She was like...
What do you mean?
She was crying and she was like... Eh! And her tits were bouncing. It was fucking crazy. It was wild.
And Tiffany Stratton had walked up, made fun of them, and then... so that was a little stupid. Then what do you know? Another backstage segment took place after that in Nick Aldis's office. Kevin Owens was talking with him about Logan Paul. Pretty Deadly, for some reason, walks in, talking about a conspiracy against them. He's like, listen. So Kevin Owens was like, I know nothing about tag team wrestling, but I won the tag titles last year in the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania. So he challenges them to a match next week with his partner of his choice, Randy Orton, who just happens to be standing right there.
That jump scare was hilarious.
whichever one of them is which. And then Owens is like, "You want to be my partner?" He goes, "Yeah." So they go to walk off, and then Owens all of a sudden just comes back in and decks both of them like he's done before. So I guess if you're a tag team, just don't stand next to each other when Kevin Owens is around, because he'll somehow punch both of you in the face.
I can't remember who he originally did that to. I think it was
Theory and Waller.
Theory.
Yeah, it was Theory and Waller. They were just walking down a hallway, and he just like pop. It's funny. It's a funny angle for sure. And then then they show the actual confrontation between LA Knight and AJ Styles. Like I said, I thought that was pretty fucking funny. LA Knight pulling up to AJ Styles' house, beeping the horn, like trying to start shit, and then going after him, and then even getting like the cop body cam. That was pretty cool.
Nah, that shit was crazy.
Like getting the body cams and the police car like video. Like I don't know. I thought it was cool. And then LA Knight still talking shit from the back of the car. Like I thought it was fun. I liked it.
That match is going to be a sleeper.
If you say so. Probably. And then we finally get another match on the SmackDown card.
A washed fucking AJ Styles versus someone who's losing steam.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, we have the Street Profits taking on the Authors of Pain in a WrestleMania tag team qualifying match. So the winner of this has to face the other winner, Austin and Theory. Yep. Theory and Waller. You mean?
I need to go back to sleep.
I do too. I've already been up for like 4 hours. Oh my god. Woke up to the dogs like barking their fucking brains away.
Yes.
So yeah,
Waller
obviously we knew AOP.
That's what I meant.
Obviously we knew AOP wasn't going to win this match because it's like they have no momentum to doing anything.
No aura.
So the Street Profits win. Felt like that was kind of predictable. And so now we have to see them take on Theory and Waller for one of the spots still remaining for that tag team ladder match.
The Final Testament has no aura.
Yeah, they really haven't done much with them. I feel like they've really, they kind of brought them all together, and then they haven't done much. So it's like, okay. I like them, but they're not doing anything. So I was like, what's the point?
Mid. Anyway,
so, we see more backstage angles after that match. See Paul talking to Roman Reigns on the phone, confirming Cody is there by himself. They show next week that Bianca will take on Dakota Kai. So they have also said there's going to be more tag team qualifying matches. The Street Profits will take on... So the Street Profits are taking on Waller and Theory, and then New Catch Republic will battle Legado del Fantasma. So, I don't know. I guess...
New Catch Republic and Street Profits.
Yeah, but then you risk having Legado del Fantasma not fighting at Mania.
They're going to face LWO.
Yeah, probably.
I think LWO gets involved.
Like you said, they still have to add matches, so...
I think LWO gets involved. Somehow. To cost them the...
Trying to cost them, yeah. I never thought... I don't know how I didn't think of that, because that's probably the most basic angle ever. LWO comes out, costs Legado the match, and... Legado calls them out at a match at WrestleMania. For what? Nothing, obviously, because it's not going to be for any tag team titles or anything, but...
Because they're not fucking split.
Yeah.
But they will be.
Oh, yeah, because I'm telling you, Awesome Truth is walking away with the Raw tag team titles, because R-Truth is going to go up. He's going to grab the red belts, because he's like, we're on Raw. We're supposed to grab the Raw titles. And he's going to think they won. and then maybe we see them like run away, and it becomes a 5-team. I don't know.
And
But
then that's when the Hardys enter.
No, because all six teams are gonna be filled. That's what I was trying to think of.
R-Truth and the Miz are going to run away, making it a 5-man tag team.
Maybe. And like mid-match, they'd be like, oh, well, we still need a 6 team. Something like that.
Could you imagine?
I don't know. I know it's going to be because of R-Truth that the tag titles get split up. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. I couldn't feel any more confident about it.
It makes the most sense.
Just because of the way they play with R-Truth.
Yo, he's really fucking stupid.
It's a character, guy.
No shit. His character is so really fucking dumb.
He's so funny.
I love his character. I love his character.
I hope R-Truth never retires. I hope he just like dies.
Pause. Huh?
I meant because in like 40 years he's just like backstage chilling. They're like, ugh.
Okay, bro.
I'm just saying. I hope he never retires because we I'm sorry. That was far.
Crazy.
That was far.
That's fucking crazy.
But
He said, "I hope he just dies."
I should have clarified in like 40 years when he's like 93 years old.
Yo, I'm making that a TikTok clip.
I hope one day R-Truth just unalive.
I hope he just dies. Yo,
no, we love you, R-Truth. We love you, buddy.
No, R-Truth is a fucking national treasure, bro.
Oh, absolutely. Yo, give him a WWE title run. Let him be the one that takes down Roman.
Okay, bro. Relax. With some bloodline interference, knock his ass out, and he lands on top of Roman. Like,
nah, what would be fucking funny is if...
Who did they face?
What?
Who did Awesome Truth face? Oh, fucking...
I don't remember.
The Indian team.
Oh, yeah. Shere Khan or whatever.
Yeah. Like they
no,
did
but
with
what would be funny to me is if, like, let's say Roman does win, right? R-Truth is in the Money in the Bank, grabs it. Or, like, even... It'd be funny... What would be really funny is if he's not in the match, he comes out, runs up a ladder, and grabs it.
Remember he did that at the Rumble?
Just, like, yeah, because he... that was when he was really playing his stupid character. And he was like, oh... he said something about winning the Money in the Bank, and they were like, the Royal Rumble. Or no, that's when he came into the Royal Rumble. He grabbed the ladder, fucking climbed. He's like,
yo, he's so fucking funny.
Dude, I love R-Truth. We love it. We love ourselves a little R-Truth.
Yes, sir.
So then we see backstage again. Roman Reigns stepping out of his SUV, walking up to Paul Heyman, and making his way into the arena for his face-to-face with Cody Rhodes. Now, I already said it on here. I'm going to say it again. We all freaking knew they weren't alone.
Yeah.
We all knew it. First of all, it's SmackDown. Jimmy and Solo are already going to be there. You knew it.
Yep.
But it just shows that Cody's not a man of his word. He didn't go alone like he said he would. Cody's not a real man. Anyway.
Neither is Roman.
Nah, Roman's a real man.
He wasn't a man of his word.
No, see, Roman was, because Solo and Jimmy are already on SmackDown. They were already there. They're part of the bloodline. They were already on SmackDown. They're already there.
I mean, I guess.
Jay and Seth are on Raw. They are Raw hooligans. They belonged on Raw. They did not belong showing up to SmackDown with the little non-man Cody Rhodes. Hey,
yo, I hate Cody Rhodes. He's so boring.
Facts. Fuck Cody Rhodes. We get the whole face-to-face, and that whole. I'm just gonna say this now. I think I remember you saying this when we started, but that whole face-to-face thing was pretty mid.
100%. That shit was
like
ass.
You know, they talked back and forth for a while. And, you know, they kind of both brought up, like, oh, can you trust your partner? Oh, can you trust yours? And Roman brought up how Rollins brought up the Shield and what Rollins did in the Shield and how he stabbed him in the back. And I don't understand how Cody really thinks Seth has his back, especially after last night.
For sure.
But, you know, Rollins has said, oh, yeah, I got your back. Has not shown that. And then Cody had said, oh, do you remember the first team that beat the Shield? Here's a hint, the last name was Rhodes.
Which is not true.
Which isn't true. They weren't the first team to beat the Shield, so I don't understand.
Cody Rhodes just says the same thing over and over, different ways.
Well, that's what Roman had said. He's just spins everything like a damn politician. He just says the same things over and over again, says them in a different way. He's a politician.
He's so annoying.
Or he might as well be. So.
I'm voting for The Rock.
Okay, buddy.
Acknowledge your tribal boss, bro. Final boss, sorry. Acknowledge your final boss.
We see the... Yes, I know.
You have to vote for him.
Okay, I will. So we see the back and forth, the pettiness between the two of them. Reigns goes to walk away with Paul, standing outside the ring, and then he fucking Thanos snaps. I was like, yo. And I just thought it was to hit his music. Nope. Here come the goons. Jimmy, Solo. And then you see them kind of come up and around. They're standing there. I'm like, okay. And then I kind of... I was misconstrued or misconceived what was going on. Because you see Cody start to smile. Camera pans over to Jay, but Jay's wearing all fucking black. So I stood up like, yo. Like, I thought there was a little realignment happening or something. I thought maybe Jay finally... I don't know why I thought that.
Why the fuck would they do that?
I don't know.
You are brain dead.
You're right. I am. I don't know why I thought it, but I did.
Dude thought they were going to realign before their match at WrestleMania.
I don't know. And then I saw Seth's goofy looking ass. I was like, oh.
Use some logic, buddy.
I'm sorry. I just got excited, okay? I yeeted a little bit. I'm sorry. So that happened. And then Cody's music hits. And yeah, that was SmackDown. We just see kind of more of that Bloodline versus Cody type stuff leading into WrestleMania.
Yeah, that face-to-face didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, it felt pointless.
They didn't really build to WrestleMania.
It didn't do much. It didn't show much.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point of that?
It was kind of a disappointment.
It was just the same old back and forth that they could have done any other night.
I do appreciate Roman being there.
Well, he is the workhorse champion. He is always there.
All right. Relax.
So, this leads us to Monday Night Raw last night, which we've both said it was probably the best Raw in a long time.
For sure.
And I mean, even the, like, social media, or people on social media, I think everyone agreed that was the best Raw in, like, literal years.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it just felt like before, like, Raw was like a chore. Like, we're sitting there watching it to see what happens, but it's like nothing ever happens. It's just a bunch of filler matches and a couple of segments, and then... But it's, for some reason, the 3-hour show, whereas last night it felt like it deserved to be the 3-hour show.
Yep.
We saw some great segments, and let's just get right into it. You know, the same old intro, the view of Lincoln Financial, CM Punk shown arriving.
Cody
then
Rhodes
they show
starts the
Cody.
Show.
Huh?
Right? Cody Rhodes started the
Cody,
show, right?
yeah, Cody had started the show. Yep, they show him coming in.
I texted
you.
you.
Of course.
I texted you when he was coming out, and I said, "I'm already fucking bored."
Yeah, I was like, great. I'm like, can't start Raw without this fucking loser.
What the hell's
Comes
going on?
out. You good?
Can you hear that?
No.
Oh, okay.
He's like, so, Chicago, what do you want to talk about? I'm so over this. I'm so over Cody Rhodes. It's insane.
He says the same thing every single promo.
Mm-hmm. So he's like, listen, I know we're in the final awkward 2 weeks before WrestleMania. The time for talking is over. It's time to fight. Then he started talking about Friday when he was on Pat McAfee's show. Then he has the crowd cheer McAfee and Cole. He's like, and then he starts talking about Roman Reigns. And then he starts talking about how Reigns referred to him as a politician. How he doubled down at their face-to-face confrontation on Smackdown. And he's like, you're a damn politician. You just spin things and say the same thing time and time again.
Yep.
And the stupid Roman sucks chant, which it should be Cody sucks. Cody sucks dick. Cody sucks.
Whoa.
What? Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Anyway, and then talks about how Reigns said Rhodes is making these promises that he can't keep, which we all know is true because Rhodes is going to walk out the loser again. Let's see, what else did he say?
I don't know.
Rhodes kind of talked about how he does all these things and he asks for nothing in return. You know, that he does these things because Reigns isn't there to do it. And that Cody is there pretending to be the champion because the champion isn't there. Well, first of all, buddy, you're on Raw, so congratulations. You're talking shit about the guy that supposedly has your back, which we all know isn't true. You're talking about Seth Rollins because Roman Reigns doesn't have to be on Raw. Dumbass. Let's see. Of course, you get your Cody chants. He's like, listen, but he does acknowledge Roman Reigns, that he respects Roman Reigns, but how Reigns took his biggest dream away, and that he hates Roman Reigns. And he said he understood if Roman felt the same way. And then he says, I took away the chance for you to have a wank fest with your cousin at WrestleMania. And I was like, oh my god. And then he did this fucking stupid thing where he's like, I won the Royal Rumble, I got to point at the sign. He's like, now I want you all to point at the sign with me, will you? And then they do that fucking cringe thing where everyone's pointing at the sign and the camera pans out. I'm like, y'all some motherfucking... This is a cringe fest.
That was a sick shot, though.
He's like, oh, going into the biggest tag team match, you know, will you ride with us? He's like, oh, going into fighting Roman Reigns on Sunday, will you fight with me?
Imagine having to ask your fans to point out the sign with you when Bayley just did it and everyone did it with her.
And did it anyway. And then, out of fucking nowhere...
You can stand!
What
the rock?
Fucking, like... I was standing there, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck? Because, why the fuck is Rock on Raw. Comes out, really just taking it in. Music's playing. Music transitions to his Hollywood rock theme, which fucking badass. I love the new entrance. I wonder if once this whole current run is over, if he's gonna stick to that. I doubt it, but it'd be cool. Especially since he's really aligned with the bloodline and everything.
When do they usually announce WrestleMania? Do you have any idea?
No, what do you mean?
Like where and when it's gonna be?
I have no idea.
Don't they usually announce it on like night one?
It's usually like pretty soon after WrestleMania, I think. Where they're like, oh, WrestleMania is going to be held here. But obviously there's not much to really...
I'm going to book my hotel. I'm going next year. 100%.
Okay.
If you want to go, just let me know.
I think I saw something about it being in Minnesota.
Yeah, I saw that too.
What is this, WrestleMania 41?
Yeah.
Minneapolis. At where the Vikings play.
Is it confirmed?
Not confirmed, but like the deal is done.
The deal is done. So it's there for sure.
Like it's more than likely going to be there. Let's see. Updates on... So this is from 1 day ago. Update on planned location for WrestleMania 41. Previous Manias... So, it says previous Manias are usually announced a year in advance. Many are expecting an announcement either during WrestleMania or shortly afterwards. Minnesota had officially launched a bid to host the event next year, earlier this month. The city of Minneapolis believes that they have landed the show and are optimistic that an official announcement will be made in the coming weeks.
Interesting. Okay.
Further assumed confirmation by the state came when Minnesota Governor Tim Walz spoke at an event and mentioned that they would be hosting Mania 41 while also revealing a projected economic boost for the area.
Yep.
And obviously, you have, I think it's like US Bank Stadium where the Vikings play. Hold a ton of fucking people.
Is that...
So
that's outdoors, right?
No, it's indoors.
Is it?
US Bank is indoors.
Their old stadium used to be outdoors, right?
Nope. They played in a dome.
Really? I could have swore...
No, Vikings played in a dome.
Oh. I thought they played outside.
I don't think the Vikings have ever played outside.
I thought they did.
No.
Alright. Well...
Unless I'm remembering wrong. Well, if I'm remembering wrong, correct me in the comments. But yeah, so back to Raw. We see The Rock walking out, comes into the ring, gets in Cody's face, shows him that he's not there to fight him. He's like, hey, I'm just here, puts his hands behind his back, but walks up and whispers something to him. Now, I can't read lips, but...
everyone on Twitter was saying, tonight I'm
and then you had
or something.
Yeah, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful. What publication does he work? Is it Fightful that he works for?
I don't know.
He had said he watched it multiple times. He said, tonight I'm gonna make you bleed, and well, boy did he. They asked The Rock backstage. Well, let's just go through the night. Just do our normal thing. So, I was hoping for more. I thought there would be a promo cut or something, but that was all it was. And then The Rock got out of the ring, walked away, and left. They show Ricochet warming up backstage because he was facing off against JD McDonough of the Judgment Day, and I kind of weirdly excited to talk about that match.
That match was
I had some
really
thoughts
good.
that I thought I'd never have. They go back and replay what just happened between The Rock and Cody, and then Jackie is backstage waiting for The Rock. What did you say? And he just simply says, go ask Cody Rhodes. Walks away. Then we stay backstage. We go to the Judgment Day's clubhouse, which is probably some just corner of a back room somewhere. Shows Rhea with Dom. Brings up how she knows Dom has unfinished business with his dad and would have helped out on SmackDown. He apologizes. Damian then tells McDonough to go handle Ricochet. And then Finn apparently wasn't happy that Mysterio and McDonough have looked like fools against Ricochet, and that Priest has a plan for WrestleMania. So I'm interested what that meant. But McDonough says that he has Ricochet's number. Ripley tells him to win, and Mysterio assures her they will. So who knows what that means. Then they show a replay of Dom interfering in Ray's match. Then we get the Ricochet versus JD McDonough match. And I gotta say, Ricochet got his ass kicked until the very end. McDonough was like pulling off some shit I didn't think he had in his pocket.
For sure.
He looked good. I didn't think he was capable of it.
They both looked good. That match was great.
Ricochet looked better towards the end. Because for the most part, at least from what I was watching, I had to keep looking away because I was at work. Looked like he was getting his ass kicked every time I turned to my phone. But then, right at the end, Ricochet hits a couple of moves, gets the win. So Ricochet stays undefeated versus Judgment Day. And so I'm sure Rhea, Damian, and Finn really still aren't happy about it. Don't really think that did anything for Ricochet because I don't know what the plan for him is. I don't know if they have a plan for him. Yeah, I mean, they haven't really planned anything for him at WrestleMania unless they have him fight. Who has he not fought? Because he's, 3-0 against the Judgment Day?
He beat McDonough twice and Dom once.
Yeah, he's beat McDonough twice and he beat Dom. So, I mean, unless he fights Finn.
Yeah, but they have a tag team match.
That's right. Am I kidding? So, I don't know. I don't really think this match did anything. I think it was just kind of there because they've built this storyline with Ricochet against the Judgment Day, but I don't think it meant anything or it really did anything.
Besides push the narrative that they are going to implode.
Yeah. I think you kind of show that everyone's getting aggravated with each other. Mm-hmm. And especially if Judgment Day loses at WrestleMania. We've already seen the loss of championships almost cause the implosion of Judgment Day.
Yeah.
They're not going to make it through again. They won't make it through that again. They just won't. The Judgment Day will be splitting. They will not make it through the summer of 25. Or 24, I mean.
You think Rhea retains at Mania?
I mean, I hope they both lose. I've told you that.
I'm really hoping Rhea retains.
Because I don't like Rhea the way everybody else does. Like, yeah, she's talented. But, her title run has been very, very mid.
For sure.
To me. And I've said it time and time again that Becky Lynch was probably the second to last person that should have won that chamber match.
No. Becky Lynch should have won that.
What do you mean, no? No, she shouldn't have. She had no business being the winner of that match.
Yes, she did.
How?
Because she's the GOAT.
I don't care.
She's the greatest female wrestler of all time.
Okay.
Period.
I'm not saying she's not.
I don't know. I don't think she needed another. Her first elimination. I don't think she needed
No. I would have much rather seen. Now, you knew Naomi wasn't going to win it. You knew she was just there because she had just returned. You knew Raquel wasn't going to win it because she literally just returned.
You knew Nia Stratton wasn't going to win it because she just debuted on SmackDown.
But it should have been Tiffany or Liv, in my opinion.
Nah. Becky.
Yeah. Liv was the last person to beat Rhea.
Okay.
She's shown she can do it.
Becky needs to prove that she can.
I don't think she can, because I don't think she will.
I don't know.
I think her and Seth both walk out losers at WrestleMania. Seth, twice!
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway,
actually,
let's move on.
I think Cody and Rollins will win.
No.
But that doesn't make sense because why would you have The Rock take the pin?
That's why I'm saying they're not going to.
But I'd really like to see Roman win on his own.
But you don't do all this build-up to not have your Bloodline rules match.
I'd love
because
to
you know
see him
we are
win.
going to see some crazy fucking shit to end WrestleMania on Sunday night.
Yeah.
You know The Rock's gonna interfere. You know the Bloodline's gonna interfere. You know Seth is probably gonna interfere. You know Jay's gonna probably get involved. The list is endless. And I mean, there was the hint at the end of the show last night that people are thinking Steve Austin and John Cena are gonna show up in some fashion. I don't know. And then you've had other people thinking MJF is going to show up and help somehow. There's all these theories of all, and then people think Dustin is going to show up and help Cody. I am so over Dustin Rhodes. That motherfucker is washed. That motherfucker needs to, like, that dude is like 60 years old. Shut the fuck up.
Did you see the fucking picture I sent you?
Posted that promo, and at the end, he's like, fuck that Rock. Like, bro, you washed. Shut up. Rock would fucking clap your ass in 3. The Rock would clap his ass in 5 seconds.
It said Cody coming out with Pharaoh. And then
I think you sent that to me.
Roman coming out with Dustin. And it was fucking Gold Dust on all fours.
That's fucking hilarious. Then they show Pat McAfee breaking down the last moments of the Ricochet JD match on the telestrator, which I think is super cool whenever they do that.
Yeah.
Because Pat McAfee, he's just funny. He cracks the jokes the right way. He's just just the way he goes about things. Then we see CM Punk walking backstage with the new MLB themed titles. I want one so bad. They are so fucking expensive. It is
Yo, the Yankees one is clean.
I want it so bad.
The Yankees one is fucking clean.
They are $550.
Dude, the Yankees one is clean as fuck.
Yeah, you're telling me, as a Yankees fan who, as soon as he saw the announcement, went on and checked the price of it.
Are they really that expensive?
Yes. Even the NFL ones, they're like $600.
That's insane.
Yeah, dude, like, they should just be like $200-$300. They're just commemorative titles.
That is fucking wild.
I want one so bad. So bad.
Save up for Mania.
Try. I gotta get a new job first.
I'm gonna get the hotel.
Hopefully.
Right when they announce it.
Hopefully in a couple hours I can maybe get myself one, but we'll see.
Secure a new job? Yes, sir. Secure the bag, boy.
Then they show the Bray Wyatt becoming immortal trailer. Did not realize it's narrated by The Undertaker. I'm just reading that now. That is fucking sick.
You didn't know that?
I did not see that. That is fucking sick.
Dude, they say it every single time.
Do they? Somehow, I guess that detail just slips by me. I've never seen. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, that is fire.
I would have just thought it would be by his brother. Because they keep showing his brother at the beginning of it, you know?
I do wish they would say what The Undertaker told him, but...
That'll never be said. It will never be said.
He'll never say what he said.
Yeah, I was going to say, Undertaker said he said, it was between me and him, and now that he's gone, it's staying there.
Yep.
So, of course, we'd all love to know what he said, but we'll never know. And then
I just can't believe he's gone.
I know, every time I see it, it's like, man, I can't believe, like, last night especially, like, they showed, like, his face at the end. I'm like, man, he's really fucking gone.
Yeah.
Then they show the Allstate Arena lit up with the fireflies again. Got the chills again. I get like a chill down my spine every time I see that. It's such a cool thing to see.
For sure.
Then they show Jey Uso walking backstage, and they're talking about how it's now the 11th straight sellout for WWE, which is fucking insane.
And Friday, it's the 12th. Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, they won't say that until.
They showed it at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, did they?
When they say upcoming events or whatever.
And it said sold out on it?
Yeah.
Go figure. But then they're talking about the 11 straight television sellout, I don't know why they say television sellout, because it's like, you don't sell tickets for TV. They're panning out, and I'm like, Punk. I was literally saying, like, okay, Punk's coming out. Like, this is what they did last time at this arena. They panned out. Punk comes out. So they panned out. I'm like, okay, Punk's coming out. Sure enough, Punk music hits. I was like, oh, I fucking called it. All right. Unfortunately, his current music is the one that hit. I was really, really because I saw some things saying people were saying they hoped his old Cult of Personality he'd go back to that. But anyway, still a cool song. Obviously had the brace on. And then he gets into the ring, loud CM Punk chant going on. Obviously, I mean, as he said, Chicago is his city. And it's really hard to, like, argue against that.
For sure.
Because I think The Miz is from Chicago.
No.
Too? Isn't he from, like, Illinois?
Cleveland.
Who else is from... There's someone else from Illinois.
Mustafa Ali.
No. I'm obviously not thinking about Mustafa Ali.
That's the only other person I know.
That's right. Yeah, he's from Cleveland because he's a Browns fan. There's someone that's a Bears fan. I see the tweet. I think Seth Rollins is a Bears fan,
yeah.
But he's from Davenport, Iowa. All right. Anyway, but yeah, it's really hard to argue against the fact that Chicago is Punk City.
For sure.
Because, I mean, I even when it's not a wrestling event, I feel like people are always talking about CM Punk in Chicago.
Yep.
Goes on and let's see what he talked about a bunch of stuff. I kind of missed some because again, I think at this point I was driving home, so it was kind of hard to pay attention to every little word that was said. Oh yeah. You know, he was like, oh, everyone's asking, am I going to be at WrestleMania? Short answer is yes. And we had already known this because we had seen the clip of him saying, you know, where is WrestleMania? It's in Philadelphia. You can't spell Philadelphia without Phil.
Yep.
Obviously, his name being Phil Brooks. Oh, my God. You know, everyone asking him how his elbow's doing. You know, he's not medically cleared. Then he says, but his mouth works. And then he was like, oh, April knows what I mean. I was like, bro.
Okay,
like,
bro.
Yeah. Like, dude, you can't say that. And then, you know, he's like, not on Netflix. My bad. He was like, you know, people are wondering, am I going to host WrestleMania? And he's like, 10 years ago, I would have thought that's beneath me. But now he's like, I just want to be there. You know, and he wishes WrestleMania was in Chicago. I just don't know if they'd be able to ever do that because I don't know if it would be warm enough by this time of year.
That'd be fucking cold.
It would be. They could do it at Soldier Field, but it would be really, really fucking cold. Like, let's just see. Temperature in Chicago right now. 52 degrees. Still cold. Oh my god, I like something.
Yeah, that I don't
But
think.
like tomorrow, 40, Thursday, 46, Friday, 46, Saturday, 50 and rainy, Sunday, 44, Monday, 48 and rainy, Tuesday, 48.
Yeah, that's.
It would be too cold to have it in WrestleMania in Chicago.
Didn't they have a
Just simply
WrestleMania in Chicago?
have they? I don't know.
At the Allstate Arena, I think. Before it went to like stadiums.
I mean, maybe. Let me see. Let me look that up.
I'm pretty sure they had one in Chicago.
Has WrestleMania ever been in Chicago? 22 to take place in Chicago. WrestleMania 22 at the Allstate Arena in Chicago.
Yep.
Too small now.
For sure.
Way too fucking small.
For sure.
You're telling me that you filled the Allstate Arena with 15,000? You had to reduce the stage size because you had 15,000 tickets?
Yep.
Yeah. You cannot do that to WrestleMania. Oh my god. Yo. Dog's fucking yapping in his sleep. Talks about more, then he brings up there was a point where being brought up on commentary, and there was a referee chant, which I thought would have been funny. He said, "Why don't I try to be a referee? Is there a match at WrestleMania that needs an impartial referee?" Which I don't know what match he would be a part of. Beats me.
I couldn't tell you. Besides Drew and Seth.
Yeah, and then he goes on about how people are always asking him questions and talking about him, and he's like, a lot of people seem to want to be talking about me. And he looks over to Pat McAfee and mentions how he had Roman Reigns as a guest on the show. He says he doesn't listen to McAfee shows, but mentions he listens to Jim Cornette's podcast. And he's like, why does Reigns need to bring me up? He's earned that right. But with Punk's like, with me coming back, climbing up the mountain as Reigns climbs down, they'll see each other real soon, which is what I was talking about earlier. Cody's fucking losing at SummerSlam 24. Punk, Reigns done.
You think so?
Because I'm pretty...
SummerSlam? They're not
Reigns only has to make it...
Dude, they're not taking the belt off of Roman at fucking SummerSlam.
Reigns only has to make it to SummerSlam to get Hogan.
They have to do it at Mania. There's no shot. There's no shot they take it away from him.
You're obviously not going to have Roman Reigns break Bruno Sammartino's record. He's chasing Hogan. That's... As much as I love Roman Reigns and would love to see him stay champion for 10 fucking years and actually break the fucking record, it's not gonna happen. But he only needs to make it to SummerSlam, I'm pretty sure, to get to Hogan. I could be wrong about that. But if that's true, they'll somehow spin it in a way that they'll have SummerSlam like after the date, so they can say Roman broke Hogan's record, and it would be fitting because at one point CM Punk was like the longest modern day reigning WWE champion.
I personally think CM Punk will face Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam.
Hey, you can think that. We don't have to agree. We usually don't. There's a lot of things we disagree on.
Because of the feud they're building between those two. I think Roman and Punk will be...
Yeah, but like, why have
I think Roman and Punk will be like later down the line, like WrestleMania. Punk finally gets his WrestleMania main event.
I mean, yeah, that could be true.
And faces
or he beats
Roman.
Or beats Roman at SummerSlam for the title. and he definitely gets to main event WrestleMania.
Versus The Rock.
I don't know who would win the Royal Rumble at that point in time.
Cody Rhodes.
Get out of here.
Yo, I'll bet on it. He's going for the 3-peat.
If he 3-peats, I'll stop watching wrestling forever. I won't watch anymore. I won't watch.
Yeah, he's gonna 3-peat.
So don't even bring that up. I don't even want to think about that. Don't even joke like that. Anyway, Punk continues to go on. How him and Reigns will see each other real soon. He's like, another guy that likes to talk about me is Seth Rollins. He's like, they go way back. Don't really see eye to eye because Rollins wears high heels and is magically taller. Bro, like, here we go again with the cross-dresser fucking jokes. He's like, I've paid the price for wrestling since I was 15. Or no, he says, I don't know, this part's worded weirdly. How he's paid the price for wrestling since he was 15. Maybe Seth has earned that. Oh, he's talking about Seth. Seth has earned that right to talk about him. Then he's like, someone who hasn't talked about him or said a word about me is The Rock. And Punk was like, I'd like to think that he remembers being face to face with him 10 years ago, and how realizing his arms were too short to box with God. Which I was like, damn.
Too bad he won.
Didn't Rock beat Punk, though?
Yeah.
At the Rumble? So I don't know. Punk said some shit that I can't wait to get into because it's so fucking funny. You can tell they do not tell him what to say, but the others a little bit. Because Punk went a little crazy at one point towards Drew. I don't know if you caught that. I sent it to you, though.
Recall what you're saying.
Okay. Well, once we continue to go through this. Then he goes, then there's Drew McIntyre. He talks about how he's always posting on social media, but he's like, I'm from Chicago. We handle our problems face to face like men. And then Drew's music hits. Punk tells production to shut the music off. Says Punk then said, I can't fight, but I can beat your bitch ass. McIntyre says, what happened the last time we were in the ring? That was when he had gotten fined for stomping on Punk's arm.
So,
even though you're not supposed to attack injured talent.
How the fuck did Punk... What did he do? Tear his tricep?
Tear his tricep when McIntyre hit him with what the fuck's that move called? That he hit on
the Future Shock?
Yeah, he hit him with a Future Shock, and he had his arms tied, or his arms up like too hard or high, and when he dropped down, he like tore his tricep. It was from that.
Fucking crazy.
Then he brought up the last time they were on in the same or face to face or whatever. And he's talking about how McIntyre prayed for this. And then Punk's like, "Oh, are you a Scottish psychopath, or are you just a troll in a kilt?" And then McIntyre is, "Hey, you can be canceled for talking like that."
Oh no, he said, "Are you a Scottish psychopath in a kilt, or an internet troll in a skirt?"
Oh yeah. And that's when McIntyre warned him. He's like, "Yo, you could be canceled for talking like that." That's when he finally comes up around ringside. And then McIntyre points out the checklist on his shirt, and then CM Punk's like, "Dude, I've never had to put another man's name on my shirts to get them to sell." I was like, "Yo, like this man just coming for the neck, bro."
Cooking.
But then McIntyre's like, for someone who's so straight edge, who doesn't drink or do drugs,
why are you
sure
always
do spend
in
a lot of time in rehab?
Yeah.
I was like, bro. And then he gets up on the commentary table because he had walked all the way around over to commentary.
Yep.
He's like, McIntyre doesn't hate Punk, or he's like Punk completes him or whatever. Says Punk is his muse. When he's lifting weights, Punk could never do in his prime. He uses what he did to Punk to get through that last rep, which that's. These two were just going back and forth on each other. It was a war of words. It was pretty good.
Yeah, for sure.
When he had the injury at Elimination Chamber of the busted eardrum, he said the thought of injuring Punk helped him persevere, which this man is like so obsessed with CM Punk. It's insane.
That's why I swear they're going to have a match at SummerSlam.
At some point. So McIntyre then sits down on the table and says he wants Punk to have a front row seat at WrestleMania, and this is when then Punk's like, he said everyone will know he's the chosen one, and then Punk's like, who chose you, bro?
I was shit.
That's what I was just asking about. I was like, I don't know if you caught that, because there's a certain someone is the one that
picked him as the chosen one.
Yeah, I think we know who we're talking about here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I was talking about earlier. And you can see Drew just had like this shit grin on his face. He's like, "Fuck, I can't say it." He's like, "I can't answer that shit." But he's like, since all you're good for is talking, then you should be a guest commentator at WrestleMania. And then Seth's music hits, and he starts freaking out about how you don't get to make decisions when you're not in the match. But it's like, Drew is the one that said it, so it's like he was the one that made the decision, and he is in the match at WrestleMania. So, I don't really know what Seth Rollins is going for there, but anyway, dumbass. Rollins gets in the ring. McIntyre still on the commentary table. Rollins welcomes everyone to Monday Night Rollins, which that ain't a thing anymore. He's like, now that we've established whose show this is, and will be, and then Punk cuts him off. He's like, listen, this can be your show. This is my fucking city.
Yeah.
Well, not my fucking city, but he's like, this is my city. And that's why I brought it up earlier. I'm like, it's hard to argue against that.
For sure.
It
is 100% Punk City.
I mean, when you go to Chicago, whose name is being chanted every time? Whose name was chanted in Chicago every time while he even wasn't there? CM Punk. CM Punk chants always broken. And there were times where they would acknowledge him, but most of the times they didn't, because they didn't want to. And that was a you-know-who thing.
Yeah.
But Rollins is like, listen, if you're done trying to out-troll each other, we can get down to business. And this is when he said, you don't get to make decisions for the World Heavyweight Championship match if you're not in it. But again, it was Drew that fucking said it, so it's like, well, he kind of is in the match, but all right, dumbass, good job, go on. He was like, since we want to take everyone's opinion, why don't we poll the people of Chicago? And he's like, oh, should Punk be on commentary? And the crowd kind of like was weak about it.
Because they want him to be ref.
And then that's when the referee chant started breaking out. And then Rollins is like, Punk injured his counting arm, but then Punk drops down and goes, and McAfee makes a joke that it was a quick count. But he's like, I couldn't be objectively fair with these two dipshits. And that's when McIntyre's like, hey, PG, brother.
Yeah, CM Punk is a goat.
Dude, these guys are great on the mic. It's so funny. And then that's when Rollins is like, Punk, want to know what I think? He goes, no. He goes, well, that's ironic. I don't think anything of you. Hasn't crossed his mind since the last time they were in the ring. He's a non-factor. If he wants to be a commentator or referee, it doesn't matter. Let's see. Then it says, truth is Punk needs Rollins to have a moment at WrestleMania. And I was like, you are treading on dangerous waters here. Like, you are...
I mean,
you are
he's
talking.
not wrong.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, technically, he probably would have fought Seth, but it's like doesn't need Seth. Punk can do things himself and make his own moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, you know, and you think that it would be ironic to have Punk narrate Rollins' finest hour or final narrate Rollins' final hour excites him for some reason. I don't know why. Hey, buddy, you can talk to. Leaves me high and dry here.
I'm so tired. You don't even know.
And then he was like, the way things are going for you, this is the closest you'll ever even be to a world title match at WrestleMania. And he warns Punk to stay out of his way. He says, all right, it's decided. I'll pull a headset up, sit next to Cole and McAfee, and do commentary at WrestleMania. And then he's like, promise, I'm going to do something that you two can't do. I'm going to make you both interesting. Like,
damn.
So then he's like, play my music. And he walks off. And then that's when McIntyre chimes back and he's like, you're not getting the last word. Shut the music off. And then he's talking about how Punk is obsessed with Drew, watches everything he does on social media, and then Rollins super kicks him from behind and curb stomps him. And then he leaves the ring and walks off.
Just letting you know.
And then there was a little what?
Just letting you know, this episode is an hour and 30 minutes.
Well, I don't know. We're trying new things here. The next couple of segments are really quick. There was that weird little Nakamura segment calling out Jay. And then there was a Candice LeRae versus Ivy Nile match. Candice did what she has been doing lately. She pretends to fake an injury, tries to get Indy to attack Ivy. Doesn't happen. So she comes out of the fake injury, pins Ivy. She had just previously punched Maxine in the face.
Yo, Candice,
knocking her off the apron.
Candice is a fucking savage.
Dude, she's been kind of a bitch lately. And then we get a backstage segment with New Day and DIY, and if you look in the back behind that segment's going on, Drew is talking to Paul Heyman. So hey, I don't know. And then that's when the Miz and R-Truth walk up, and he's like, the New Day versus... He starts mentioning the New Day versus DX, which, R-Truth. Just being R-Truth.
Regeneration X.
He's going to be on commentary with Cole and JBL. And then that ends. So Awesome Truth is guest commentators for the match of DIY versus the New Day. Match ends in a disqualification due to the Judgment Day coming out, kicking everybody's ass. Which that's just because of the ladder match at WrestleMania. That's all that really was. And another backstage interview. We get Jackie asking Cody what was said to him. And he says, it's not something he wants to repeat, but it's a promise The Rock cannot keep. And then we had that Andrade Vinci match, which that felt fucking pointless. Hope Ivar's alright, because it was supposed to be Andrade versus Ivar. So hope he's okay. Then we have a backstage interview with Kathy Kelly with Gunther asking about Sami Zayn and the fight at WrestleMania. And then asking him about match against Bronson Reed. And he's just like, yeah, I don't think he can beat him. So, which he didn't. Then we get the Andrade Vinci match. Kind of a boring match to me.
Until Gunther came out and distracted him.
Yeah. Andrade and Vinci kind of felt like a filler match. And then, let's see. Then they talk about how... Then there's Cole and McAfee talk about having Triple H and Cody Rhodes on the Pat McAfee show the week of WrestleMania. From, like, the WrestleMania World or whatever.
Isn't Cole going to be a... like a guest on there, too?
Dude, if Michael Cole was on the show, that'd be fucking crazy.
I'm pretty sure he is.
That would be sick.
I'm pretty sure he's on the WrestleMania edition. That'd
be sick. And then we get the Bailey Becky and Rhea segment, kind of just a back and forth, talking shit to each other. And then Rhea brings up her daughter, and that's when you see the switch go off in like Becky's head, and she like flips, and she's like, "That's your one fucking pass to bring up my daughter, because everything I've done was to make my father proud. My father didn't get to meet her, so that's your one fucking pass to bring up, because if there's anything he would have been proud of, it was the mother I've become." So I get it, but it's weird. WWE seems to bring up all these like sentimental like family things and all that lately between people. It's a little weird, but just a back and forth promo between them for their match at WrestleMania.
Gonna be a banger.
And then Becky punches Dom in the face, which leads to a fight between them.
Bink.
So that happened. Then we have the Sami Zayn backstage with Gable, who was talking to Maxine Dupree at the time. Gable just warning Sami about Gunther and the mind games that he plays. Bronson Reed ends up beating Sami Zayn due to those mind games because Gunther comes out at the end. Gunther's retaining. It doesn't matter.
For sure.
Sami Zayn is not going to be the one to dethrone Gunther. It's not going to happen. Then there's another backstage little angle with Jey Uso talking into the camera. And then all of a sudden Solo and Jimmy come up to him as he's done talking. And Jimmy just goes, "No ye," and they walk away. Come back from commercial. More breaking down the Lynch punching Mysterio in the face. On the telestrator, he's drawing circles and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Zayn and Gable are shown again with him flipping out and how he knew what Gunther was doing and he still fell for it. And Gable's like, "You need a different approach. If you're ready for it, we can talk." And then they go back to talking about how what was it? What The Rock had whispered to Cody Rhodes, and there was a lot of people on Twitter that had kind of figured that out already. When he said, "Tonight I'm gonna make you bleed." Then we see Jey Uso pacing in Gorilla just before his match. Seth comes up to him. He's like, "Dude, something don't feel right." It's like, "Go get that W." And Jay's like, "Yeet," and goes out. Faces Shinsuke. Jay ends up winning. Now there's like 8-9 minutes left when the pinfall happens. And I'm like, dude, it's too much time. WWE knows how to use every freaking minute. They will go till 11 o'clock. They know what they're doing. So I was like, holy shit, we're about to get something. So then we, obviously Solo and Jimmy had come out. Seth and Cody had come out during that match, brawling with each other. After the match, they go backstage to see Cody still brawling with Jimmy. Rhodes sends Jimmy through a door to outside. That's when Solo comes in, and but Rhodes beats him down. And again, Seth is nowhere to be seen. Seth was the one fighting Solo. But now it's a 2-on-1. Well, not a 2. But Seth is nowhere to be seen.
Where did he go?
And then all of a sudden, the final boss comes in and decks Cody from behind, and it just got out of hand from there. The Rock kicked Cody's ass.
I will say it was kind of annoying because he kept saying the same thing over and over while he was kicking his ass. But it was sick. Funny, though. It was sick to see him kicking his ass. But him continuing saying the same thing like 50 fucking times was very annoying. That was very annoying.
Like, get up, boy! He's like,
look at yourself. Boy. Look at yourself. Look at your boy.
Look at yourself, boy.
Look at your boy. Look at your boy. Look at your boy. Look at your
throwing him
boy.
into doors, throwing trash cans at him, throwing tools at him, throwing him into the guardrail.
When he pegged the trash can off his head, that shit was hilarious. That shit bounced like 2 feet off his face.
When he picked up the second one, he threw the lid, so I thought he was gonna fucking put it on.
He said,
he just goes, nope.
That shit was crazy.
I was like, yo. And then that's when they go outside, and it's fucking pouring out. Your boy Cody had to be fucking cold.
Yeah, for sure.
Because he was the one down on the ground, laying in it. It's like 40 degrees outside. I do hope that after the cameras went off, they got him inside, they got him dry. Because you don't want him to get sick. So I do hope in that manner that they got him inside and dry quick.
Yeah.
But, they get outside, they start, Rock continues to beat his ass. And then they show the truck in the back with Cena and Stone Cold's face on it, and there'd been speculation that those are 2 guys that could show up. And they're just feeding into it more, and people think that they're going to show up at WrestleMania. And then there's a point where Rock's holding him up against this, wall, and you can see nothing but black. I'm like, Rock, don't do that.
I thought he was about to do it.
I thought he was going. I thought maybe there's a pad down there, or some thick fucking padding. But no, he just continues to throw him into the truck, bring him back to the wall. Throw him into the truck, bring him back to the wall. Throws him into the truck again, with the doors cracked open, so he slams the door shut. Fucking just see his head go, thump. Fucking. And then he starts talking to Mama Rhodes again. And then goes back over to Cody, and you can see he's got his fucking head sliced open. I was like, oh my god, he fucking did it. So he's like, I'm like, oh shit, Rock kept his promise. Then he fucking takes off the belt. He's like, told you, this is the belt you're gonna get at WrestleMania. It's gonna have your son's blood on it. So he fucking literally takes his hand and wipes it on Cody's forehead, and then wipes the belt. I was like, yo, ew. It's fucking disgusting. Like, you just took a man's blood and just smeared it. Like, bleh.
Yeah, that was crazy.
It was just great to see The Rock kick his ass and just keeping his promises. Saying that when he said, I'm going to make you bleed. Kept his promise. Kept his promise to Mama Rhodes that he's going to give her the belt with her son's blood on it. He has the belt with her son's blood on it. And he starts going on about, your daddy talked about hard times, so I'm going to tell you about hard times. And then this is what happens. And then it went silent because he said, when you fuck with the final boss. You can't say that on TV. And then, again, he goes into the camera talking to Mama Rose. He's like, I kept my promise. Like, this is what you did. This is your fault. And then that's the end of Raw.
What a fucking show.
Just a great ending to a great show.
Raw was actually good.
A great Raw. Much needed, especially for this close to WrestleMania.
For sure.
And I think they did this week. I think they did a great job of really building some stories for WrestleMania. Going from there. Oh, fuck, I just broke this pen.
That's tough.
One of those, you click down, you gotta click this to...
Yep.
Broke it. Oh, well.
Good job.
But yeah, I feel like they did a great job building some extra stories that we weren't really sure what was going on for WrestleMania. I mean, better late than never, I guess. Overall, great shows. I think we had a pretty, I'd give this week a pretty high rating in terms of...
For sure.
The way it went.
For sure.
The building towards WrestleMania. So, I know we ran a little long. I wanted to try doing this a different way, bringing up more story and building for WrestleMania. If you guys like the longer edition, let us know in the comments. If you guys kind of liked us going in depth a little more, I feel like we weren't as stagnant as we get sometimes when we're just talking about matches back to back to back to back.
Yeah.
We had a little more freedom to kind of talk about where the storylines were going and everything. I had fun doing it this way, but if we should resort back to the shorter episode, then we can do that too. I don't really care. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys did stay tuned in this long. Again, this is why I kind of wanted to try to switch it up, see what people thought. Remember, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, share this with your other friends that enjoy wrestling. If you prefer listening to audio versions, at some point this man will post the audio to. We are available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well when he decides to post it, because he's the one recording and has the files and everything. I try to stay on him, but he doesn't listen to me. We are also available on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Linktree is in like all of our bios. Just click on it, go to our pages, hit that follow button. Trying to grow on all of them. Been posting a lot more as of late. This man posts a lot of L's on our TikTok, unfortunately.
Fuck off.
So
that was a
anyways,
good
thank
list.
you guys so much for. It was not. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you guys in episode 12 next week. See ya.
See ya.